I've been pretty much inside all week because the weather was crap and rainy and we had windy storms, and I knew I wouldn't be able to go out busking or anything with weather like that. So I kind of just gave myself permission to just have a little bit of a lazy week, knowing that I had the markets today and that would be my kind of big effort outing. She's blowing gales. Howling. I tell you what, watching this alone, Australia, when they're in New Zealand, I love it because I'm all for like prep survival kind of stuff. It's great. But watching a person go into it who's literally crying because she hasn't had decent food for 22 days. She was happy to eat a fish, but she's got this thing about not eating animals because she's been a vegetarian for 8 years, and I'm thinking, why? You make no sense, person.
The geese are on my shore almost. They're about 2-3 meters off.
Oh my god, just get the bird and eat. You're frustrating me. Really?
Oh my god, I could just...
Yes, you could.
Plop you with my arrow.
Yes, you could.
Oh my god. I don't know what's going to happen, if I will or not. I just thought I'd come and put myself out of the torment.
Oh, please, get the bird. Eat some food. You'll feel better. Do you think that there were friggin' vegetarians in the caveman times? Like, is this a new phenomena? I've just been copping so much flack for eating meat lately.
Your body goes into defend mode.
Yes.
Survival mode.
Yes. Eat the bird. Eat the bird. What? Like, this is the thing people need to realize who give me such a hard time about eating meat, and it healed me, you know? Like, I was a vegetarian most of my life. I was a vegan for a very long time because I thought it was healthy and I thought it was best. And, you know, ethically, I don't like the whole idea of farming animals, and I think it's horrible. Like, nobody wants to think of something being killed. But if it's a matter of you or the animal dying, like, why would you sacrifice yourself? Like, we have been eating animals since humans began. I have yet to hear anyone talking about a culture in history and in our biology. Our biological history is, you know, our biology still functions like it did back then. We haven't adapted that much to processed food and agriculture. Like, you tell me, is there any culture? I mean, I study a lot of ancient cultures, and I deep dive into Aboriginal culture, and, you know, I've read a lot of sociology books since I was like 11, 12 years old, you know, the ascent of man and all that kind of stuff. I don't recall anyone saying this whole culture survived on plants. Why do you think we can survive on plants? And the other thing that's boggling my mind about watching this alone thing, it's really interesting to me, is that the one thing that every single one of them seems to tap out on so far, I think we're down to 4 that I'm watching now, 4 left. It's all psychological stuff because they're missing their people. That's the being alone part, which I guess is why they call it alone. Sometimes it's because, you know, they're just hungry or whatever, but mainly it's because they're sitting there going, oh, I'm thinking about my family, I'm thinking about my wife, I'm thinking about my husband, I'm thinking about my children. Like, it's their isolation that actually gets to them. And I think to myself, well, I'd be okay in that situation because I live in isolation, like have been living in isolation for so long that it's become my normal now. And yeah, I do. I miss my kids. I miss, you know, my people. and I like to talk to them on the phone, and I like to see them when I see them, but for very long extended periods of time, like months and months at a time, I am the only person in my world. And it's amazing, like, to see that people, that's the one thing that'll make them think, I can't survive because it's the aloneness. So I'm already winning as far as I'm concerned. And I tell you what, like I said, if I was really hungry and there was no food around, I would catch a rabbit and I would eat the rabbit. And even my mum says, like, yeah, but could you kill a rabbit? If I was hungry, yes, I could kill a rabbit. I think they're very cute and fluffy, but they're also a pest and they breed prolifically. And if I am starving and hungry and my body needs protein, I would do whatever it takes, which is why I started eating meat in the first place, because I was so sick, and like I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and my doctor was like suggested that I try this type of eating. I'm not even going to use the word carnivore anymore because there's such a backlash against it. Like, if you comment on anything and said how much it's healed you, there'll be a barrage of comments saying that, oh yeah, well, come back to us in a few years when you die of a heart attack. What's your cholesterol like? Blah, 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 blah. And even though there's a squillion stories of success of healing in a million different ways from a million different ailments, people are still arguing against why this isn't healthy, that the body needs carbs. We have survived for most of humans' evolutionary history without carbohydrates. We did dig up roots and we did forage, but that was only to sustain us in between hunting an animal and eating an animal, like fats and protein are the basis for our survival. If we cannot get anything else, those two things will keep us alive for a long, long time. And even on the best plant-based diet like I was, you still have to take supplements. You have to take B12. I had so many supplements. Like, it was insane how many supplements I used to take for all the things that I was deficient in, and I was still getting sick. So anyway, that's my little rant today. And I know as soon as I post anything about my meat eating habits, then I lose a bunch of subscribers, and I go, oh, there go the vegans, but I have vegan friends. And that sounds really funny thing to say. I used to be a vegan, so there's no argument a vegan can make with me that I didn't make with someone else at some stage before. Like, anything you come back to me with, it's going to be something I would have said to somebody. I would have thought myself. I would have felt myself. But as I always say, if my doctor had told me that eating purple frogs would heal my disease, and I was so miserable and debilitated by my disease that I would have done whatever it took. And if you aren't prepared to at least give it a go, then your why isn't big enough. For me, why was a matter of life or death. I have no quality of life the way I was living before. I thought I was doing everything right. I wasn't. And even though I didn't like the idea of eating meat at all, I thought, I will try it. I will try anything. And it is the only thing that has worked for me. And I feel physically healthier, mentally healthier. My sensory issues aren't quite as acute. Like, I'm not having full-scale meltdowns all the time. I definitely don't get as depressed. Like, things will get me down, but I recover quickly. Physically, if I exert myself, I recover quickly. I'm just so much healthier for having good fats in my brain, healthy cholesterol, and plenty of protein. And look, my hair, like even a year or so ago, my hair, I was despairing because it was just falling out and dry and frizzy, and there was all these little short frizzy bits, and I'm thinking, what is going on with my hair? And then I realized, oh, that was my vegan hair just up and dying, basically, and all those little short shoots that were coming through that would drive me crazy and giving me Einstein hair, that was my new beautiful carnivore hair coming through. This is all pure carnivore hair now. Look at it, curly, healthy, thickening up every day. Like, it just took a while. There was a bit of a transitionary period where I had My fingernails, look at that. I don't put nail polish or anything on anymore. My fingernails are super strong. Like, I don't... Anyway, just eat the meat. Eat the meat. Cut the carbs. Cut the sugar. Just, if you want to be healthy. And, if you want to leave a whole bunch of comments telling me that I'm a murderer, like, I don't care. That's one thing I will I will die on this hill. And look, if I keel over from a heart attack in the next few years, you can all go, oh, see, told you so, she's not healthy at all. But, hey, I feel healthier than I've felt in my whole life since I've been doing this. So, yeah, don't go on a show like Alone or Survivor if you're not prepared to eat what our ancestors lived on. That's all I have to say.
Congratulations.
Oh.
You're the winner of Alone Australia Season 2.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting that.
Bless you.
Cool.
Beautiful man.
You did it.
Wow.
64 days.
Well, I wasn't going to quit.
No, you weren't.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because your neurodivergency was your superpower,
So
just
cool.
like you said.
Well, I'm getting all emotional now.
I'm getting emotional
There's something
too.
that's just flown both my hearts. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's got me emotional
Sort of
now.
actually being the last person that was never in my mind.
I really hoped that it would be him. Determination, resilience, positivity.
Spent 64 days alone.
Amazing.
I never felt
Amazing.
alone.
It's inspiring. It really is. But it makes me want to go into the wild so bad. I just... I think we all crave that feeling of being self-sufficiently reliant, like, yeah, life wasn't meant to be easy, and sometimes a bit of a challenge is a good thing, and if your head's right about facing those challenges, then you can cope with anything. Just got back from busking at the markets, and I had so much fun. Like, it was so lovely, and it's just fun being able to play to, like, a younger crowd and the kids and stuff, and crank up some dancey kind of tunes and just watch them get right into it. It was really, really fun. And the stall holders around me were just so enthusiastic as well. And the guys at the Lion's Tent Sausage Sizzle, which was kind of almost opposite me, came over when I was packing up, and they're like, would you like a free sausage? And I said, I would love a free sausage, because I didn't eat, because I had to get up really early to get there. So I hadn't eaten anything, and I was actually starting to get really hungry. And he goes, how many do you want? He goes, do you want one for the dog? I said, no, she can't have any. She's on a special diet. He said, well, how many do you want? And I said, oh, just a couple, And anyway, they brought me over. Oh, look, they've wrapped them all up in serviettes for me, or paper towels, which is, I don't know how many sausages are in there. Oh, well, look, a whole pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 sausages. So that's dinner for me, sorted. And I was like very thankful. They were so sweet. Everyone really, it's just so nice to feel like they really, really appreciated that. So, and I got free sausages. So bonus, dinner sorted. I don't have to cook, which is good because I am exhausted. And it was 9 till 1, or I didn't play all the way till 1 because I started packing up at about 1:45 when everyone else was starting to pack up. And honestly, again, a lot of that time was me just stopping and chatting to random people. And there was a really sweet girl that had a young guy with disabilities, and he was in a wheelchair, but he actually got up and danced, and that was just so fun. They ended up staying for quite a few songs, and I was so appreciative, and I got big squeezy hugs at the end of that one. So that was really just some amazing positive human interaction. Just really does fill my heart, even though it's very hard for me to get up very early in the morning, and I do get a chance to dress up, which is something I don't do very often. So I'm wearing my cute little, look, I've got like a warm Spencer underneath because it was cold. It was like 10 degrees. It was cold. But I got this cute little damp dress that, and yeah, lots of rainbow things. And this headband I actually got from a girl selling them at the markets. It's got like hundreds and thousands and sparkles on it. I was like, that goes so good with my dress, I have to have it. So and I got to wear my new coat, finally. It's finally got cold enough. There were actually times when I took it off, because when I'm bopping around and, you know, moving to the music, I actually get quite warm. And I started out with tights on under my skirt. I've got like thermals underneath here and like a slip underneath as well. And I had tights on, but my tights kept falling down and I kept having to hoik my tights up, which got really annoying. So I ended up just taking them off in the end. I was like, screw the tights, and I wore some pretty pink sparkly shoes, and I just really enjoyed just being able to dress up from time to time. It felt good. I've just given Pixie her chicken necks because we both left so early this morning that neither one of us had food before we left. So she's had her chicken necks. She's really good. She had a little bit of a cough yesterday, like, you know, just intermittent kind of like she does, but otherwise she's been really good. And it's a big effort outing, but the fun part is that I get to crank it up quite loud, which is something I don't normally. I'm trying to be quiet and not bother people, but I get to actually amplify my sound and put the microphone on the actual saxophone as well, which is kind of cool because you get to use reverb and like the effects, which makes the sax sound really cool. And I did actually record some of it on my action cam, but the action cam kept running low on battery, and I was trying to sort of charge things up, but I had to use my little power pack to keep my microphone going. It was a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I think I got some of it on video. So if I did get some of it on video, I will be sure to edit it in, but I've got to work out, I've got to put it on the laptop and then load it up to Dropbox and then load it onto here, and then it makes editing a little bit more difficult, which is why I don't use the action cam very often, but that's just because I'm being a bit lazy with my editing. Sorry about that. It's a lot. It's a lot to remember to pick up the camera and record snippets of my life for you guys. And sometimes it's just too much effort that I can't do it. So, but I will share some of it because it was really, it was a really special moment for me. And, yeah, that was really, really, really fun. Dress, that's so cool.